my heart goes out to that entire community. I've talked to, several people that I know, friends, family, and even like, some of my pizza friends over there. And, happy to know that people are safe. Businesses, homes, things like that are replaceable, all to some degree and to some level. But having your family, having your life is something that is invaluable. So, I'm just grateful that people are okay. What's going on, Pizza Fam? Look, I appreciate each one of you for listening to this show, listening to this episode. Before we get back to it, I wanted to tell you about my favorite product right now, Todd's Curry Sauce. I met these guys at the Florida Restaurant Show, Pizza Tomorrow Summit, and I'm telling you, ever since I tried that sauce, I have been putting it on everything in the shop. Chicken wings, pizza, you've seen the pizzas, chicken sandwich, salad dressing, like we've been putting Todd's curry sauce on everything, and I'm here to give you a special deal, special offer. Go to their website, toddscurrysauce.com, use code Pizza King, and get 10% off your next order. I promise you, you only need to try it one time. It's going to be the best curry sauce you ever tasted in your life. You're going to start putting it on all kinds of stuff in your shop, even at home. I got a bottle in the pantry here at the house. I got a bottle at the shop. Elliot, Todd, I need another bottle because I'm putting it everywhere. I'm putting it on everything. So go check it out. Use code Pizza King and get 10% off your next order. Peace. Let's get back to it. Yo, what's good? We back. Another episode of Pizza King Podcast. I'm your host, Tyrell, and we are on location here at West Shore Pizza Kingsway. I never record here at the store. Something I was realizing, like, man, I never really make any podcasts. I've never done a podcast here. Actually, I have recorded one podcast episode here at the store, but we never released it. So, George, if you see this, we got unfinished business, brother. Let's get back on. Let's get back on it and put an episode out for the people. But anyways, yeah, we're here at West Shore. It's the middle of the afternoon, and we're just kind of chilling, kind of get that low point of the day. I'm like, might as well make a podcast episode. I need to get something out, and honestly, with so many things going on in the world right now, it just felt I just felt like it was time. I needed to at least just pick up the mic and at least pay my respects to all the folks who are in Los Angeles dealing with those wildfires and all of that craziness and displacement and just all the craziness that is happening over there. My heart goes out to that entire community. I've talked to several people that I know, friends, family, and even like some of my pizza friends over there. And happy to know that people are safe. Businesses, homes, things like that are replaceable, all to some degree and to some level. But having your family, having your life is something that is invaluable. So, I'm just grateful that people are okay. Um, and yeah, hopefully, the recovery is is quick. We know you can't even say that because look, I know from dealing with disasters here that recovery is far from quick, but hopefully it's not something that becomes arduous. So like, hopefully those insurance companies are doing what they're supposed to do, and the contractors are reputable and all this, because with tragedy comes people who like to take advantage of folks, and we seen it here in Florida when we're going through our hurricane business, and you got fake roofing contractors showing up, fake tree guys trying to help you out, and they're taking payments and taking money, and nobody's doing the work, or has the proper licensing and things like that. So I just pray that people are doing what's right for the community out there. So, with that and with my platform and with my voice, I just want to say that, our heart goes out to you. You're always in our prayers over here. And, obviously if there's anything that we can do, please, anybody that hears this, reach out to us. If we can help provide, shed light on the situation or give some exposure, donate some money or pizzas or whatever it is. I know that Slice Out Hunger has a nice campaign going, allowing pizzerias to donate proceeds of their sales for a period of time to help, the devastation in LA and help people, get some sense of normalcy, get some pizza, whatever that may be. Even if your local shop, isn't there right now or isn't open at the moment, there are other shops all around town that have joined in on this movement and helping folks out. So, just tap in. There's been a lot of love, a lot of support, just a lot of just you know community going on, especially on Instagram, which is where I primarily interact with folks. So seen a lot of it there, and it's great to see. It's definitely great to see. Um, on another note, we've seen snow hitting the south, and I know this ain't a weather channel, but the fact, what happened?
This dude got on top of his car, just like mounted it, a sign, like a digital sign,
Right.
advertising for businesses. You just drive around and.
Is he in the back?
Yeah, I wonder what they paid.
Did he have a number on it?
On the side?
Yeah.
I can only read where it said Firefly. I don't know.
Oh, okay. No,
but I guarantee you it must be like wrapped in your car. You know what I mean? This digital promoting.
That's interesting. You could do anything to make money. He said there's a guy out in the back of the store with a sign on his car advertising for some company or something, but they literally just mounted a sign on the back of it. I'm gonna run out there and check and see what it is. But like I was saying, just with the devastation and displacement, there's snow going on in the south, which is just crazy and not normal for folks. So, people in Georgia and Tennessee and Alabama are seeing snow that they just don't normally see. And anytime stuff like that happens, it breaks routine. It takes people out of their comfort zones, and it makes life just that much more difficult. So when you have businesses like ours and like what we do, you do your best to try to get back open, get back to normal, to try to get people back into that sense of routine, that sense of home. Even when everything else is crazy. So, shout out to all my pizza makers out there, all my pizza operators, all my folks, that are just out there on the front lines, you know, trying to give something back to the community. And also shout out to all the first responders, because they are literally putting their lives on the line to go out there and save, to do their best to save people's homes, save businesses, roadways, and structures, and all these things that are vulnerable right now. So, shout out to them for putting it out there and putting themselves on the line to try to get that done, because it ain't no easy job, which is why very few are actually out here doing it. So, there's a lot of sideline reporting going on, but there ain't a lot of people that are jumping out there, jumping in these choppers and these planes and on these fire engines and really headed out there and try to head this thing off. So, shout out to all of those folks that are doing that. Had a couple requests come through this week, and I thought it would be good to come on and talk about it here on the pod, because look, we all know how it goes. Like if you got a question, chances are somebody else has that same question, some in some way, shape, or form. So I've had people reach out to me this week asking questions about two things in particular. The first one was, hey, look, I've been open for 3 years. I'm in this situation, and I'm looking to grow my business. What's your advice on taking it to the next level? I see that you got a nice checklist for folks who are just getting started, and that's great and that's good. Hey, shameless plug. Go get if you're new and you're about to open a pizzeria, go get the checklist. At least start there. It's a good place to start building your plan for opening your first pizzeria. You know what I mean? So it's totally free. Go.tyrellreed.com/free. I always got a link in the show notes. You can go to tyroreed.com, click the link in the middle of the page. It'll take you there just the same way. But anyways, but for those folks who are open and who've been open for a couple of years, and you know you're ready to take it to the next level. First of all, congratulations! Shout out to you, because I think I've said it before. Most of it's like 60% of businesses fail within the first year, or restaurant businesses fail in the first year, and 80% within the first 5 years. So if you made it to year three, you've already beat out 60% of your competitors and your peers. So shout out to you for that. That's not easy. That's not an easy thing to do. So when we all know, especially all of us operators that's been doing it for a while, this is a lot comes at you hard and fast, right? Things that you had no idea were coming at you, things you had no idea, you didn't know what to expect, but now you're in it. You know, just like I know, that a lot of this is about how you wake up and deal with the day-to-day stuff, because problems don't take no days off. So you just wake up and you get in here and you knock it out and you take care of it. But to anyone who's in that position, and you're like, man, look, I'm trying to figure out, how do I take it to the next level? How do I grow? How do I continue to grow my sales and improve the business? And I would tell you that my philosophy on growing business. Look, I came up with my mentor Bob, who always told us, look, sales are customers and sales are easy to get, but they're hard to keep. Um, Marketing is going to be your answer, right? So there's all different facets to marketing. Whether you're doing social media, whether you're doing print media, or digital marketing, and you're buying paid ads, or you're running mailers, or you're on the radio, or you're building a loyalty program, which is what we do a lot of here, is try to load up our loyalty, and put folks into our email and our text platform. But it all starts from team. Anyways, but like I was saying, look, for us, it all starts with team, and then it goes back to what Bob would always teach us was, it's easy to get business, but it's hard to keep it. And the way that you keep business is by handling it when it comes. Like the last thing you want to do is invite a bunch of people into a restaurant and show them that you suck, right? So that's exactly the way that he would put it. Like, we don't want to invite the whole town to come over here and show them that we suck. So we need to be rock solid internally. Like, our operations needs to be rock solid. We need to make sure we got the right people. We're doing things the right way before we go spend money on bringing in more sales. Because, like, it's math. Like, X dollars brings in X dollars. For every $5 in marketing you spend, you should get $20 in return, or whatever that number is in your market, because it's all different. What works here doesn't always work for somebody else. But what's important is that you have a plan. But with that said, I'm a fan of building from the ground up. So we start internally, and we make sure operations are rock solid. We have a steady plan for taking care of ops. Hold on, the phone is ringing. Oh, you got it. Anyways, so, like, having a plan to start to build this ground up, rock solid operations. And if you work with me, then I always put folks on like a 12-week plan, and we start right from the basics, like cash handling, recipes, food safety, cash handling, recipes, management routines, stewardship, um, weekly routines. And then we move into like the fun stuff, like pizza competitions, and how we work on kitchen optimization. And then we get into some of the management and admin functions, and then we go out and make sure that we're able to market. So just really working through some of those things, making sure that we're solid from top to bottom. And usually it's really about how the manager and how the leader leads in that restaurant. So we work on those things, and then we go and we push out dollars into the market. Now, as far as the marketing goes, our big push and our big thing here, and I can only tell you about what we do. There's a lot of things that work. A lot of people are building great social media platforms. A lot of people have rock solid email list, or these great text campaigns, or you have a kick-ass mail campaign, a mailer and a program that's hitting new movers. All those things can be effective, right? We're big on pushing people into our loyalty program, because that has been the most cost effective marketing for us, being able to email and text these folks. Like before, remember, like door hangers, we used to do that a lot. We used to door hang and drop flyers on houses and on cars. We would go even to Publix across the street and put flyers on all the cars. Hold that thought. All right, where was I? We were talking about marketing and how our approach to marketing. So we try to really load up the loyalty program, because, like I said, it's become the most cost effective way to market and retarget our audience. So, outside of like running ads on social media, which happens, and so back up a little bit, we West Shore Pizza, we're part of a franchise system. So um, there is marketing that happens for us. So if you see like ads on social media, or you see billboards, and you see or you hear radio commercials, things like that, that's all handled at the corporate level. We have a co-op, and they do that the broad marketing. It's a lot of brand exposure, or they'll put out like pizza deals and things like that. But what happens for us on the local level, what happens here or within our 5 mile radius that we own, we handle that marketing. So we're all about targeting our customers, and giving the deals to the people who are loyal to us. So all of the marketing that we do is to drive folks to that loyalty program. So we give a free pizza. It is free 10-inch pizza. Sign up for the loyalty program, get a free pizza. It shows it's on our window outside. It's what we do a mailer like quarterly. We'll drop a mailer to the whole area, probably 15, 20,000 homes. We'll drop a mailer around, and it's on the back of the shirts. If you see, hold on, I'll show you. Let me go get the shirt. So if you see, like, you'll see us out, and we'll have the shirt on, scan the shirt for free pizza. That's something, and even though obviously we have uniform costs, but we're gonna say that these uniform costs are actually, we can roll some of that expense into the marketing budget, because we're gonna use this as a marketing tool, right? Scan me for free pizza for free pizzas, and that QR code does work. Same thing, QR codes everywhere, in the store, on the boxes, on the flyers. We run social media ads and campaigns to get people to join the list, because that's what we want. We want to get folks on our loyalty list, build that list up, and then we can email you, text you as much as we want from that point. So that's our main strategy for marketing here for probably I would say for the last year and a half. So yeah, that's our main strategy, is to continue to build and grow our email list, our email and text list. And once you're in the list, like, you're gonna get mad benefit. So we don't just stop at giving you that first pizza, and that's our big push, is like, first pizza's on us. First pizza on us. Give us a try. Like, first time customer, you never tried us before, sign up for the list. Come get a free pizza, and then let that be the determining factor on whether or not you like us or not. Just come try it out, and you get a free pizza. So that's a big one. I put out free pizzas around town all the time. I got like free pizza cards. I give those out. But we're all about just trying to grow and trying to be, the rock solid right here in the community, because we get to, work this 5 mile territory as much as we want. So we wanna make sure we own that. So everyone knows us. We still do business visits. Catering has been a big deal for us. So growing our catering business, partnering with platforms like Easy Cater has been big for us when it comes to in terms of growing our catering business and growing on, increasing that order size. Um, Easy Cater's huge. Our average ticket for Easy Cater is like 270 about $270. So every time we get those, and some weeks we get 5, some weeks we get 2, some weeks we get none, but either way, it's all great, and it's because the orders are all huge. Some weeks we may get. I've seen days where we had 5 in one day. So like it just being there, but if we weren't there, we wouldn't get it. And then you have the opportunity to try to, obviously try to take them off platform, bring them in, and get them to come order first party from you. But either way, it's worth the commission to do it and work with Easy Cater. So, that's my advice. Like if you're a couple of years in the game and you're trying to get over that hump and now you're ready to grow, you want to focus on, taking it to the next level from a sales standpoint. I would tell you make sure the team is right. Make sure that you spend the time to really, tighten up the operations, even if that means, establishing systems and, routines and, putting if it's checklist and getting your inventory right and your ordering and all those things can be taught. They're all important, but what's most important is making sure you got a team that's ready to handle whatever business that you're going to bring in, and then develop a marketing plan. I like a good, like I said, because we're here on, in a franchise situation. Um, we have our co-op board. I'm not on the co-op board. My partner Jay's on the board, so I'm kind of on the board, but I do have a lot of input and influence with what happens. So I talk to everybody that's there. So being someone that has been in different situations, I sat on co-op boards for national brands several times, several years. So I have a little bit of insight when it comes to putting together a nice 360 plan. And when you get a nice budget, like in a situation like this where you have multiple locations kicking into a co-op, it gives you the opportunity to really get some great exposure. So talking about spreading it over digital products, over radio. We had a nice strong push with streaming audio and streaming TV, streaming video. So those are great platforms for marketing now. Sometimes they can be a little bit pricey, but they are highly effective because when you think about like even streaming now, you putting QR codes on TV, direct to order, um, you know, radio, text codes, things like that. All that stuff has been incredibly effective. So looking at situations like that are pretty cool and pretty dope for me. Um, and then there was another. I had another question from someone who was looking to. He's been open for I think four. He said 4 or 5 years, and working hard in there day in day out, putting the work in, and he's got some great people on the team, and now ready to grow and take it to the next level and really grow those managers so that as an owner you can kind of pull back a little bit and start like they say working on the business and not so much in the business. And that's a great situation to be in, especially when you have someone that you can trust. So the challenge is they don't have the same mindset as an owner, right? They still have team member mindset, which is fine, but you want them to see things a little bit different, give that extra effort, see the things that they don't normally see things the way that you do. And it's absolutely achievable. It takes time. We have so many different strategies and tools out there, and what it ultimately comes down to is the example that you set as a leader. And we've all heard you inspect what you expect. So setting up routines, setting up multiple touch points, where whether it's one-on-one meetings or if it's a daily just a daily huddle, things like that, where we can just talk about what the expectations are. It goes a long way when it comes to developing leaders, because you don't want to let things go on for too long. You want to make sure that you're taking care of stuff. Excuse me. So my advice to anyone who is looking to develop a manager and really have that person take on that GM role and take things off of your plate. First thing I would tell you is find a way to share the wealth, right? Um, Profit share is a big deal. When you tie someone into profit, it gives them a sense of ownership, and it helps them take that mindset of, if I don't do this, then it's gonna cost me. If I do, if like it helps you make every decision an ownership decision, right? So it's like, damn, do I really, want to do that? Can I throw it? Ooh, we don't want to waste that. Or I need to watch how I'm portioning this product. Or man, I got 5 people on the clock. It might be maybe time to send somebody home. Little decisions like that. That's an owner's mindset, because you understand how all of these things start to affect the bottom line. And once you tie someone into the bottom line through the way of like just a bonus structure that is tied to performance, but based on profit and loss. Come on, man. That's the game changer, because that's the fastest way to change somebody's mindset. But then you gotta spend the time teaching them. And you cannot, and I can't say this enough, you cannot ever go back on your word. Like, you got to keep your word. Like, you got to make these, it's got to be like a contract. So like, if you make a promise, that you gotta hold up your end of the bargain as an owner. Like, the fastest way to kill morale in a manager is to break a promise to them. Because and we've all been there. We've all worked for folks that promised us the world, right? Well, maybe not all of us, but I have. Shit, like, we work for people that promise you the world and don't give you shit. That's like the fastest way to kill morale for somebody. So as an owner, if you want to bring somebody along, and you want to put them in that position, and you want them to think like you and be like you need to hold up. You need to be authentically you, but you also need to make sure that you keep your promises, right? And even if it means under promise and over deliver, you always want to make sure that you hold up your end of the bargain, and like, look out for your people, because that's what's going to be most important. But then, like, giving them the rope and the leeway to just go out, learn, make the mistakes, and then have these conversations to talk through it. What's up, Maya? Having these opportunities to talk through their development, because it's not all going to happen in a day. It's not all going to happen in a week. Shit, it ain't going to happen in a month. It's going to take time, because mistakes are going to happen and lessons have to be learned. So be patient, have a plan, follow up on these things as frequently as you need to. But I would tell you, the first thing you got to do is set some routines, stick to a schedule, hold up your promises, but tie them into some kind of performance bonus. And it can work out. It can definitely work out. So, it's a lot of fun. It's fun putting, developing people. It doesn't always work. It doesn't always work out. Sometimes you put weeks, months, years, into a person, and it turns out that they just decided to leave you and go work somewhere else. It just, it's part of the game. It happens. I always think, when I talk about growing managers, being akin to growing asparagus, I'm like I can't say I'm a green thumb, because historically I've killed more plants than I've grown, but I do enjoy my garden, and I love to grow things. I'm kind of been getting into house plants recently, but when you're growing asparagus, it's like a 2-year process. And when I was a regional director, I would tell my district managers, look, you got to be willing to put a couple years into these general managers that you're building and these junior managers that you're bringing along, because it takes time to acquire all of the skills that it takes to be good. I mean, think about where you were when you were in your first year of management versus where you are now. So like, it takes time to develop those skills. So when you plant asparagus from seed, you put a seed in the ground, and for 12 months you're just basically taking care of the soil, because the seed doesn't even sprout for 12 months. And then the following 12 months after you get a sprout, it's 12, and that's 12 months before you even know if you did it right, before you even know what you have, if you even planted the right kind of seed. Like, it takes that long just to get a sprout out of the ground. So after that, then you spend another 12 months literally just caring, watering, pruning, um, being very attentive to this thing almost every single day for another 12 months. But then after that, you have a productive asparagus plant that's going to produce for you for the next 20 years with very little maintenance. Every season, you're going to get beautiful stalks, and then you're going to chop them down, and they're going to grow. They're going to grow big again, and you have put 2 years into something that's going to be productive for you for the next 20 years. And that's what it's like to develop a manager. It's all front loaded. You have to put in time. You have to put in, effort. You have to have these conversations. You have to have difficult conversations. There's got to be, discipline and follow up and correction. And you really got to talk through all the lessons almost every single day, because things happen every single day in this business before you can, you say, look, I just turn it over to you. And that's like, as we're talking about, in my situation, we're talking about developing people so that we can continue to grow into other locations. Right. So you bring somebody along, man, like you put them into process so that they can take over, and then you can go do the next one. So that's my advice. But listen, that's all I got today. We're about to get into dinner. It's almost 4 o'clock here, so we're gonna start getting ready for dinner. And the and this has been fun. I'll do more episodes here from the shop. But if you ever want to hear, learn more, talk to me about any of the things that I'm working on, go to tyroreed.com. We have the free checklist always available. There's other products and courses. There's, a 10-part leadership course. There's books. There's, trainers. Look, there's all the things that I've worked on, that are available to you. Shout out to all of our sponsors, Todd's Curry Sauce, Bag Genie Pizza Bags, and of course, tyroreed.com. So look, that's all I got for today. Appreciate you all. Hey, shout out to LA and, everybody that's going through it over there. And that's it. We'll holla at you. Pizza King Podcast. Peace.